Hello there, guys. It's Joey. I'm here in the Cave of Light. Wah, 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 Cave of Light. And I'm in a different position. However, we do have the better microphone right now, so hopefully the audio should be good and crisp for anybody joining me for this live stream. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Spirit Tree Ogham medicine book, upcoming goodness, upcoming projects, what's going on and so forth. So the Spirit Tree Ogham medicine book is something that I have been working on for a little while. It's kind of the evolution of the Ogham book that I was originally going to create. And what basically happened is, first and foremost, the pen drive, which the original was on, kind of got destroyed. And I had a moment of... However, I have a feeling that the pen drive got destroyed because that's not how the Ogham book was supposed to evolve out and become manifest in the world. So the Ogham book is actually going to be a series of books, and this really fits better for me for a number of reasons. Because one, trees are expansive. It's a tree pun. Enjoy that. But trees, and in terms of Ogham, and even in just the Ogham, trees are so multifaceted. They're so deep. There's so much information out there. There's so many different ways that you can work with them, that I was like, it needs to be a series. It needs to be the Ogham series. And the other side of this is that even for like the categories, so the first category is going to be healing magic. Even for that, I was like, but even then we've kind of got like the root and the bark, the trunk, and then we've got the branches. And for me, in the Celtic mythos, the Celtic way of looking at things, you have an earth, sea, and sky mentality of dividing the world up. But for trees, it's very much like, you know, your roots are in your underworld, in your under earth, and they have the roots of things, literally, you know, the causes of things. They're also what ground a situation, they will anchor it. And then you have your trunk, your bark, the things that funnel it, the nutrients. And then you have the branches, which spread out into the sky, and they kind of take on a more ethereal feel. So even within working with the Ogham, I kind of felt that these three sections needed to be addressed separately. So you can see how big this book was getting in my mind, and my earth sign was like, I must give them all the things. I must give them all the things, all the information, all of it. And that's a real earth sign problem, as Chris will tell you, when it's in our journeys that her and I do together, because we're like, no, we need to rein back the double earth sign. We need to rein it back. So what I decided for the Ogham series is that we're going to do healing first, because that's what felt right. So tree medicine is what we felt right in terms of a spiritual path working, if you like. And we're going to do it in 3 stages. We're going to do roots first, because Joey loves the roots. And then we're going to move into the trunk. And then we're going to do the branches and things. So the different areas of healing are then going to be interwoven with a different Ogham. So the Ogham for anyone, I know I do. I need like Joey Morrison, like brazen lights above my head. Anyway, it's just because it reflects the light better. That's why. I did have my own background in the other room, but it makes the camera quality not as great. It's weird, because I was looking at the camera quality difference between backgrounds. This is a side note, sorry for everyone else, but I was looking at the difference in the camera quality. I was like, this is madness. This is Sparta. Anyway, such a Virgo, find the pervy and everything. Don't know what you mean. I wasn't being pervy. I was talking about backgrounds. Anyway. So for the Ogham, we're going to work first with healing magic. We will move on to different kinds of magic. And the thing that I've decided to do with the first one is I'm actually going to create an audio meditational downloadable CD as well, to help people connect to the energy of the Ogham in itself for each Ogham, because the Ogham connects with what I've decided I'm calling the sovereign energy for each one. So like the sovereign birch and the sovereign rowan, and they kind of epitomize and encapsulate all these posh languages, and this apparently maracas, or what little clacky things, you know. the energies of that particular Ogham, and that's kind of like the life force going into the Ogham behind all those trees that have ever existed or ever will exist. It's kind of that ethereal knowledge of trees. So all of that is going in the book, and you can begin to see why this is becoming a series rather than one book, because if I did one book, it would be like this. Like this, it would be, because I was like, all the information, all of it. And I was like, so what we're going to do is we're definitely going to do the Path of Trees. The Path of Trees is going to be a thing, and that's going to be opening up your connection to the Ogham. We're going to do that alongside the healing work. So I have those two on the go at the same time. Yes, I'm a crazy person. I'm writing those both at the same time. If you are part of my Patreon, which you're welcome to join me, and we have different tiered levels. We go from $1, I felt $1 to $25. I don't know what that is. It's bargaining, I guess. And you get more insight into that, and you will get sneak peeks if you're part of the Patreon program, no matter what level you're at. Also, I'm thinking I might just put videos on Patreon, even when they're public, because I really do prefer the Patreon atmosphere to the YouTube atmosphere right now. So I might do that. That's an upcoming goodness with these hands. So that's another thing that we might be thinking about. And if you are part of the Patreon, by the way, it's really exciting for me because it all ties into the Ogham medicine and magic there, and you're actually getting additional information if you're on Patreon. For example, we've already done a make your own witchy wassail, which is a drink to give to trees, and probably tomorrow with the winter solstice I'm going to go out and record the ritual, and that will be available exclusively on Patreon. So every month I'm going to be doing things around that base. And I'm going to announce now what I've decided to do for 2018, because it all fits in with this tree medicine, nature, hippie feel. So what we're going to do for 2018 is, a lot of people right now are like, I'm going to take a power word, I'm going to take a meaning, and that's cool. I feel the cut of your jib, I feel it, but it's not what I want to do. So what I'm doing for 2018 is I'm taking the concept of the wildwood. I'm taking the concept of the Celtic tree sanctuary, and I'm going to seek to build that energetically throughout 2018. I'm going to be doing that in a number of different ways, a number of videos, through the Patreon, through the books with the Ogham, and it's all going to create a tapestry. It's all going to interweave, integrating a tree sanctuary. So those who don't know, the Celts saw a circle of trees as being the sacred grove, the sacred sanctuary where one could commune with the gods. They were all into that kind of thing, and I feel that too. I think it's beautiful. So rather than taking one, it's beautiful. So rather than taking one word and applying it, I'm taking like this idea of sanctuary, this idea of the sacred grove, this idea of the wild witchwood, and I'm going to be feeding that egregore, feeding that idea, feeding that concept throughout 2018, and we're just going to build and build and build in different locales. Patreon probably will get much more of a better deal out of it if you're on there, because I highly recommend it, because that's where my excitement is going right now for the most part. I'm really excited by Patreon and interacting with people there. I think it's interesting. And also, upcoming goodness, I'm moving the store, because the server upon which the store was has pushed me past the point of no return. Past the point of no return. I've had enough now. Don't you know I cannot go that high? No, that's me being daft. It's not my actual singing voice, I hope. Who knows? Maybe it is. You'll never know. Anyway, I'm past the point of no return with the server that I was on with that store. It's driven me to the point of craziness. They were crashing all the time. People were having crashes. I was having crashes. I was in constant contact with these customer service, with your Dr. Evil. Customer service, just with Diet Coke of evil. Just 1 calorie, not evil enough. And their customer service was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Hands down. They told me that I had too much on the store, and that's why it was doing that. So I spent 3 hours taking off anything that was superfluous off the store to make sure it didn't crash anymore. And guess what? And then they were telling me it was something else, and I had to pay more, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you know what? No. Come 2018, just before we're due to renew that, we're going elsewhere, ladies and gentlemen. And what it's going to be, I'm probably smacking the desk. You probably hear all of that. I'm like, I'm so angry right now. Anyway. Reel it back in. So what it's actually going to be now is it's not up yet, but it will be soon. $10 million. It's going to be starryeyesupplies.com rather than .co.uk. So it's nice and simple. And I'm moving everything. I'm in the ain't nobody got time for that server. I know, right? The thing is, it's costing me customers. It has cost me customers. People have been concerned, rightly so. Like, the people are freaking out that they're getting this like internal server error, and some people were getting it as they're going to pay. And I'm like, I didn't know what to do because I've been fighting with this customer service for 6 months solidly, more than that. I was fighting with them for 3 months because they basically kept changing the server, so I couldn't log in because they have a fixed server thing. It's so ridiculous. And if the IP address on the computer changed, I couldn't get into the store. So that was the first load of nonsense, but that's by the by. That's by the by. We're waving bye-bye to these people. So it will be starryeyesupplies.com. The website has a whole new look. It looks really interesting. It looks really pretty. It looks really beautiful. It's going to be hosted through Wix, and I have the server from GoDaddy so that it's joined up between the two. And we will be launching... really, I want to get it as soon as possible because Wix as a store means that I can have the audio, meditation and things up there for the Ogham, as I have mentioned. So if you're just joining me, I'm going to be releasing like meditations where you can connect with the sovereign tree, the all tree of each Ogham, rowan, birch, ash, etc. And I will guide you through that in a guided meditation. And in the Ogham book, there's going to be a design plan, if you like, for how you can take this outline and make your own. And then I'm going to release audio ones of me doing it. So if you're struggling or you just prefer to have someone speaking in the background in a very posh English accent like this, not like that, because that would be well too off-putting, then you can purchase that too. So both of those will be available, and I'm going to keep them reasonably priced. The Ogham books are going to be ebooks initially, which I forgot to mention. They're going to be ebooks initially until I can save some money up, and then we will do printed copies. So I'm going to kind of like stockpile probably the Patreon money and get physical copies eventually. But to start with, we're going to do ebooks so they'll be easily accessible, and you just have to pay and download, and that will be it. And Wix allows us to do that, and it allows us to do that with the meditations too, which the current store does not allow. It doesn't allow downloads on the current store. So bye-bye to current store, hello to brand new store, and the difference is .com. That's it. It's just going to be starryeyesupplies.com. I will do a whole launching thing closer to the time when it's actually going live, so you guys will know that it is live and all that goodness. Right. So the store is changing. The blog will be on there too. I'm going to shift all the blog over. Anybody look at my face, how much work I have given myself to do. I'm driving myself to crazy levels. So I'm going to move the entire blog. If you didn't know, this year the blog won an award. I was marked number 23 on the best witchcraft blog sites, which was really exciting. And I have a little medal on my blog right now that will move over with me. So that was really exciting. I was like, that's really exciting this year. I do really love writing. It's actually probably my first big love, and it's something that I truly adore. So the blog will be coming to, the blog will be regular. And once we have Wix up and running, I'll be able to start up a newsletter. More work, Joey, more work. Yes, I know. I'm going to attach something for people signing up to the newsletter. I'm not decided what it is yet. I was originally thinking about some kind of book. What I might do is release one of the Ogham meditations for free if you sign up for the newsletter. Maybe that's what I'll do. So that will be coming, and when all of that is actually ready to go, I'll be pinging up in the live stream and all over, being like, "Hi, come join in. Come join in here. Come join in there. Come join for my newsletter, and come join for 2018. Yeah, 2018 newness with lots and lots and lots of trees." Because Joey loves trees. I've decided I am a tree in human form. That's my new theory. Clearly I'm a tree that's a bit nutty, but a tree nonetheless, and that's a buzz. Let's hope Darren moves.
My oldest motherfucking money.
Yes, and I'm live.
Yeah,
This is my life right here in a nutshell. So I'm gonna finish right here for this live stream. Thank you so much for. I'm a nut tree. I was, a tree with nuts. Crazy, crazy people. Actually, finding what your inner tree is will be part of one of my upcoming Owen books. That'll be cool for you guys. So you can find out what your inner tree is. Anyway, sneak peeks. So that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you so much. And remember to stay fluxy, stay leafy, branch like a tree, and many blessings.